Look at this. It's just
whoa.
Yeah. It's like, give me that clam, bro.
Why is there the liquids coming out of it?
My friends and I, we walk straight to the car wash and we walk in it. Never once did the guys see us with a car ever at all whatsoever.
Did you see the 01, or not the 01, the Corvette at Daytona?
Oh, the dude flipping off the BMW?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was real or not.
That was real, yeah. Find the clip. Google the Daytona at, what's it called? Daytona at Daytona. The Corvette at Daytona.
Dan, put in 2025 IMSA racing.
Okay, yeah. Corvette Daytona's not going to give you anything.
Wait. Well, yeah, what if I do this? Middle
finger. Okay, basically, all the comments everywhere are saying BMW drivers are the same on track as they are off track. So basically, the guy's going in for, like, they're coming out of a turn, and the Corvette goes to, like, pass the BMW in front of him, who's been slowing him down. And they're like, by the way, they're laps down.
Yep.
So they had no reason to be blocking this Corvette, right? So anyways, the Corvette's going to go overtake this guy that's probably got a blue and yellow flag or whatever. And that guy's going way too slow. And then the other Beamer comes out from the outside, and the Corvette kind of whacks him like he's in his blind spot, which is like, why are you trying to pass? You're like 75 laps down or whatever it was, something ridiculous. But anyways, this is at like 180 miles an hour.
I was going to say, is this at full tilt then?
Yeah.
Like he's just...
Dude, he lost like all of his bumper and everything here.
Dang.
Get that dude a sponsorship.
Yeah, honestly, that's gangster.
Okay, if you were to sponsor a guy that just flips people off, you know, Ricky Bobby style, like, who's the ultimate sponsor for this guy?
El
Colo? Yeah. Straight up.
I mean, a video of it would be kind of cool.
I mean, a video would be
Now
great.
that you explained
hit
it, I
videos.
kind of...
I did that. I do know how to Google, and it gave me this one.
Okay, what's after that? And what's big crash? Oh, dude, look at the crash. Watch the crash video. This is fantastic. I think it's the one that I think it is. Okay, the one that says crash. Big crash. There you go. It's in all caps.
TikTok is not loading on here.
That wasn't a TikTok.
This one is? Yeah.
All right, let's just go straight to YouTube. Yeah, just go to YouTube and type in Miata crash Daytona. Did you see this one at all?
It was a Miata that crashed?
No, dude. So they had like a Miata spec race, right?
Yep.
So this is a thing that, you know, people that can actually drive do. They go and they drive small cars. And okay, let's take a look. Type in race. Oh, here you go. So watch this. Okay, so it's currently in PowerPoint mode. So yeah, they're literally just getting kicked off, and then like the fourth place guys wax the wall at 128p.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's a quick way to finish a race.
Yeah, no, like at least 20 cars got whacked in that.
You got first, second, and third out of just who didn't crash.
For real. Immediate yellow flag. And there's like a couple like first persons, so like from inside the car.
Oh, I saw they were like dipping and diving in between stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dude. Yeah, that was nuts.
Insane. Wow. Have you guys ever been to Daytona before?
No.
I want to.
It's on the bucket list.
It's so sick. I've been there a few times
Really?
now. Oh yeah.
Well, 24 hours of
No, so my parents' race team, we've gone there for the bike stuff, the Moto America.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, Daytona's so sick. The banks, like you see bank turns from like TV and whatever, and they look like nothing crazy, but when you are actually there, it is like a fucking wall. It's straight up and down. Like when you go and walk the track, it is very difficult to actually make it all the way up to the wall just because it is so steep.
Dang.
But yeah.
No, banked corners are legit, dude. I can't remember which F1 track it is. I think it's like Hockenheim or something. And it's like a straight up like 35-degree slope or something crazy. Like even a Jeep would struggle. But that's nuts. What are you trying to pull up now, Dan?
I was going to try to get that middle finger thing.
The middle finger thing again?
But this thing is
we got to get you a human-sized keyboard, I think. I think that's what's fucking with you.
The other one, no, I like it all here compact. That's not the problem. Everything's moving slow.
Is that one for the cat too, or no?
Yes. This one does not have a laser. All right, well, what else are we talking about? You sent something. What did you send?
Oh, yeah, the GT350.
Oh.
That's kind of a bummer.
I don't know, man. Well, I don't know.
I mean, it's a cool car. It is.
Yeah.
It's a good-looking car. It's a cool car. But 109,000?
When Harris called to ask me about it, immediately I saw it was from Shelby America. I'm like, oh.
It's really not the same.
No, it's,
like, I don't
it's
think
not,
it's the
though.
Same.
It's because it's like doing a Celine car or a Hennessy car or
Yeah.
what. It's the same as that,
Yeah.
but if it would have been directly from Ford, like your GT500 or the GT350s that are currently out, would have been way cooler. But yeah, it's basically them charging you $40,000 for a Whipple and then some seats and
A wheel.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they do
Couple of
some
wheels.
suspension stuff. Like they do a lot of stuff, but I don't think it's worth. I mean, would you be better off just going and getting a dark horse and putting a Whipple on it?
Yeah,
you probably get the
100%.
same.
Well, and the other thing too is that car. So what was the price at 120? The car will
For the
never.
350?
109.
Yeah,
okay, so-
107, 109, something like
109.
that. Yeah.
So whatever, you will like that car will never be worth that much. Like if you ever want to go sell it, like
They do
whenever
hold their
people
value
try
pretty
and
well.
when people try and sell them, they post them for what they think it should be worth based on what
Yeah.
they paid for it.
Well,
but
look
like
at the Super
who-
Snakes. They're like 240,000.
Yeah, and who's
No, not a Super Snake. The Code Reds are. Super Snakes are in that. Like I've seen them for 140.
but like who's gonna go pay that
Oh,
when
you
you
talking
can?
about the 2025, the new ones?
Yeah, like the red one that we saw over in
That
Vegas.
can't be 240.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Once my internet loads,
All right.
I'm not even connected to yours.
But like, why would anyone? So after the actual GT350 and the GT500 comes out, the value on that, you might have paid X amount for it, but every logical person will go buy a GT500 for the same price as that car, anyways.
What is it about it coming right from the OEM that makes it better?
yeah, okay, time out. Super Snakes starting at 159.
Yeah, that's not 240.
Touche.
Yeah, but that's what they sell for after the fact.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, you Ford markups are just as bad as the Chevy guys.
Well,
That's
I
starting
think
at, by the
Dodge
way.
is the worst one though.
Well, they also the problem with those two is they make would they make 60 of them, if that?
So we got a live audience here today. Shelby Super Snake. Also, how much do those trucks go for? They're like 130, I think. Something like that.
110.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything cool is over 100 for sure now.
that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Yeah.
Unless you want a Hellcat for $38,000.
Dude, I could not believe how cheap that Hellcat was that you sent to me the other day. I was like, man,
What about that vet you sent me? That was a Z51 too.
was it a Z51, the
Yeah.
yellow and red one that I shared on Facebook? That thing is ugly, dude. That's the Ronald
be
McDonald
wrapped.
spec. It could be. That's what I was thinking. I was like, first thing is this thing's gonna get wrapped black or anything to make sense with their red seat.
Or just put some golden arches on the side of it and just own the whole
rock it.
McDonald's thing.
I love it.
No, it was a lemon law car,
Yeah.
and it was like not that high in mileage, and it was like 44,000 for a C8.
So that whole lemon law thing is kind of crazy too. So my truck is a lemon law buyback, but if you get them, if they're a California lemon law, it doesn't take like you can return a vehicle for basically nothing.
Yeah.
My truck was sent back for road noise, and it goes back to Ford to get fully reconditioned,
Yep.
and then it goes back out to the dealer, and they put another 3. They did 12 months, 12,000 mile bumper to bumper on it, and all they did was adjust the sunroof.
Wow.
That was road noise.
So
That's crazy.
when I bought my Z06, I was looking at the same time I was looking at a C6ZR1, and then I had come across, and now this was 2022, so this was peak like crazy COVID market. I had come across a C7ZR1 for 120. And I was like, well, hang on, now what the fuck? And it was just over in New Richmond at Johnson Motors. Well, that happened to be a lemon buyback. And the buyback on the ZR1 was because the heated seats didn't warm up fast enough in California.
Yep.
And that
They
was
must
it.
buy a lot of them because that's where I got my truck.
Yep.
Shout out to Johnson Motors. That's where I usually go. No
You want a
offense
lemon
to your,
vehicle?
Oh, you're good.
dealer.
You want a lemon vehicle? Go up to Johnson Motors, New Richmond.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like
I would shout out your dealer, but they did me dirty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that.
Well, yeah, hang on now.
let's not get
Spill
old boy
it.
fired here.
I don't want to call anybody out. We'll talk about it after.
Actually, we've had that conversation
Yeah.
already.
The excursion.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a whole nother dealership ago.
Yeah,
Place
was
is
it?
way different now.
Okay.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been shopping lately, and I purposely haven't been looking at that one. I was
Can
gonna
you
hit you up and be
face-
like,
That's all
"What's
it
out
takes,
there?"
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Can you face away from the camera and mouth out the name of the dealership?
Well, it's where he works.
I don't know where he works.
We can talk about that later.
It's what really happened is I went to go buy my excursion.
Yep.
And it was snowing out, so everything was slushy underneath. So I crawled under the truck, tried to look. It looked nice and clean. I was like, all right, cool. I mean, as far as rust goes. And then I get it home, and this whole time I'm buying the truck, I'm asking for the inspection report.
Yep.
They can't find it. No idea where it is. Can't find it. I was like, well, you brought it in through and inspected it. And I was like, oh, yeah, we wouldn't put it out for sale if we didn't. Everything's good to go. I'm like, God, I really like that report. And they're like, no, I can't find it, but everything's good. I get it home, and I get out the next morning, and there's a nice little puddle of oil on my driveway. The oil pan was leaking. Well, if anybody knows what a 7.3 truck's like, that's an engine out problem.
Yeah.
So,
well, don't 7.3s come from the factory leaking oil? Or
I got the oil leak fixed, and it starts leaking from I get an oil leak fixed. It goes for about 3 months, and it starts leaking from a different spot. So yes,
That's how you know there's
agree.
oil in it.
Huh?
That's fine. That's how you know there's oil.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a self-changing oil. Just keep putting new on top of old.
Change the filter every once
It
in a while.
leaks out. Yeah.
It's fine.
So on heavy equipment, you can get an auto greaser, right? So you don't ever have to grease your machines.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could get a setup in your Excursion there that's an auto oiling system. So every time it starts to get low, it'll just pump another 2 quarts in it.
You've seen those like gas cans they use in like NASCAR?
Yeah,
They sit up right
just
there,
quick
kind of
fill
funnel
some
shaped.
more
I could have
oil.
one of those sticking out of the hood and just going straight in. That way I could see the level.
Everyone will think it's hood stack. You're really
It's
just
just oil.
Did you guys see the NHRA OnlyFans thing?
I heard about it, but never.
So basically, like they're about to go into their season, I think, right now, right? Like this is that time of year where the NHRA like really kicks off or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this chick, she's been running OnlyFans as like
What's her
her
name?
title sponsor. Oh, I'm gonna blank on her name. Dan, pull her up.
Well, hang on.
Yeah, wait.
Not the OnlyFans.
NASCAR OnlyFans.
But anyways,
Wow, it just logged me right in. That's weird. I don't even have
Welcome back, Dan. Left or right hand
We
tonight?
haven't seen you in an hour.
it's gonna show you like a timer, like hours spent, you know. But yeah, she's been like sponsored by them like 2 or 3 years, and apparently this year they're just like kick rocks. Like you
Oh.
can't have that as a sponsor.
Okay, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I'm not all for the OnlyFans thing, but like at the same time, like it's stupid, kind of communist.
You got something against OnlyFans?
Yeah, what the fuck? No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I do, but I don't.
Oh.
But
For you personally, it doesn't work?
yeah, it's not.
okay.
It's not my thing.
All right, Justin White figured out how to use YouTube.
Oh,
I've been here supporting you every week.
dude can make a Rocco 360 130, but doesn't know how to work YouTube. Nice.
You say a rock.
Sorry, Justin, I love you.
We should have him whenever you're ready, Justin. We'll take your our first live call.
Justin, we're having a heat wave. It's like 30 degrees here. You should come up and say hi.
Yeah, we do some street testing. Maybe get you down the 260 130 with that vet.
It doesn't let me.
It's not cooperating
It's
today.
it's Android based, so it's.
This mic needs a Viagra because she's.
Yeah, no, just lift her up and then tighten it up. There you go, Alex. Help him get it up.
Give me. Yep.
Oh shit, that's tight.
Nice.
What?
But we don't have OnlyFans up just yet.
Oh yes, we do.
Oh,
but
shit,
it's not up
that's
there.
Man, Isla's not gonna let me come back and hang out with you guys.
No, but I think it's kind of wild. Like, if you had that as a sponsor already.
Wait, was that another car
Yeah.
guy telling us what his wife won't let him do? This is getting really controversial here, isn't it?
Wait, hang on. Am I still a car guy since I don't have any? I
No.
guess. Yeah.
You're a truck guy now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
diesel
and you're just
truck
like every other
brother.
Chevy truck guy. You have a stock truck.
Oh.
Hang on, I got some sweet color match, right? And nice wheels.
Ford guy, Android phone makes sense.
Oh.
It's an Android video wall. Thank you very much.
I've been trying.
Yeah, Justin, where's your video wall?
yeah.
Wait, going back to the GT350 thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about like coming from Ford versus Shelby or something.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, it's hard to understand because technically Shelby and Ford are partners in a sense,
Yep.
right? So it's not like a direct comparison to like a BS shop like Hennessy or something along those lines. But I feel like there's not a whole lot of value actually added by having it come from Shelby America. Like what do you actually gain in that?
Well, we were talking about this on the phone the other day. Like, there's almost more like prestige or whatever, like sending it to a shop yourself, right? So,
Yeah.
for example, if you buy a Viper, you send it to Calvo or Nth Moto, or you get a Huracan, you send it to UGR. Which, by the way, a lot of people talk about like mods don't add value,
Oh,
but
that's
like when you look
bullshit.
at UGR cars, like it's certainly a lot more.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't get the
name.
argument is more you don't get what you put into it out of it.
You
right?
never
Like,
will.
yeah. That's,
some of the builds, I mean, some of the builds, some of the Viper builds, some of the UGR builds, they're maybe talking $20,000 to $50,000 difference. Which, when you're talking about a $300,000 to $500,000 car, that's the difference in taxes depending on which state you buy it in, or if you buy it through Montana. But
which is a whole thing. I wonder how hard they're cracking on the Montana thing still. Are they still going after that pretty hard? Do you know?
I don't know. Obviously, there are some people that have gotten caught, but a lot of people are very openly purchasing, like on Wholesale Car Club on Facebook. There are a lot of people openly advertising that they will sell to Montana LLCs, which it's kind of been put up to the dealers to cut back on that. But obviously, we are aware that there are some task force out there that have cracked down on, especially here in Minnesota, which is wild. Of all places, you'd think Minnesota wouldn't touch that. There are cool cars here, but you'd think places like California
They'd go after that first.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. No, Minnesota's a little goofy in that way. They're goofy in so many ways.
Yeah.
All right, did we get it? Oh, there she is. All right, is
So,
this as far
hang
as we
on
get? Do
now.
we get to read anything?
I guess I can try and get words up there.
Was she sponsored by OnlyFans, or was
Yeah.
she an OnlyFans model and then was
She was
sponsored?
sponsored by them.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Is this better? NHRA band's title sponsor.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 2 years, not 3 years. Yeah, so it's like that's kind of like where I'm at. It's like, if this was a problem, you probably should have taken care of it like earlier, right? Or do you think they're pretty on it? Like, do you think it got to a point where it was just a problem?
What's the problem?
Yeah, right.
That's a great question. Once this loads, we'll let you know.
Because technically, OnlyFans is more than just pornography, isn't
Oh,
it?
come on.
Technically, yeah.
All right, it's like that old Joe Rogan joke. It's like, if I gave you a sandwich and it was 90% shit, would you be willing to call it a ham sandwich because the other 10%'s ham?
I'm just saying that technically, if she had an OnlyFans, it could just be exclusive behind-the-scenes content of her race program, like in the pits,
Well, and
getting her stuff ready.
Well, I don't even know if she had her own OnlyFans on there. I mean, probably
Well, yeah,
because of sponsorship.
But I'm just saying, like, from that aspect, like, so what is the actual problem with her being sponsored by OnlyFans? Like, what is the NHRA's issue with OnlyFans? Just the association with kind of the stigma that surrounds OnlyFans?
Yeah,
Or
well, I'm assuming that she also has one, right?
I don't know. That's why
what
I've been
we don't
asking.
if you can't just slide it in, get it to fit right, or it bends a little bit funny, it's time to get some proper mandrel bends. Whether you are a weekend warrior or a shop owner, Hayes Performance has what you need to get your charge piping or exhaust dialed. From flex couplers to T-bolt clamps, if you want to lay down some pipe, go to HayesPerf.com and use Minnoxide 5 to get 5% off any Hayes Performance products. That's HAZEPERF.com. Let's get back to the show. All right, here we go. Let's see. Do not, under any circumstances, fall victim to the victim card being played by Summer Richardson right now, claiming that the NHRA suddenly and without warning banned her primary sponsor. That's not true. Let's see. She was renting a seat, attempted to fly the OnlyFans colors, and not reply to anything else. The team said basically get rid of it. So basically, NHRA already told her a bunch of times. She just kept running it, from what it sounds like.
Oh, so why is this news now?
Well, first of all, it's Reddit, so I don't know if you could call that news.
Yeah, true. Well, no, I'm saying like the whole OnlyFans NHRA thing. If it's been an ongoing issue.
We have to realize, like, this girl's got a hell of a following too, right?
Oh.
So, like, it's like if I were to go to like war
Yep.
or whatever you call it now, like start a beef with any of like the big podcasts, it would grow all of us, right?
Yep.
Just because everybody picks a side and whatever. I almost wonder if that's kind of what's happening here. It's like you take one big name combined with,
yeah.
her who already has a following, I'm guessing. Well, actually, let's find out just how big she is. What is it? Summer Richardson.
Well, hang on now.
Not that platform, Caleb. Yeah. So she's got
That's wild.
Yeah. So 119,000 followers. So like if she wanted to make a stink about it, which I'm not sure if she is or isn't here, but like it would get a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
Because you just throw one article to like Motor Trend or whatever, and now it's everywhere. Then all the other outlets pick up on it. Because like I feel like that's how media works. Like, all right, let's say you have Motor Trend and whoever over here. It's like, oh, did you see this over here? Let's dig into this. when you get to that, or jalop, think, or whatever.
From
Everybody's
our
gotta just train on with it.
From our technical
cycle.
producer behind the scenes here, I did just confirm that her OnlyFans is a thing, and it's $5 a month.
$5 a
Anyone's
month?
Yep.
Do
In
you-
case anyone's interested.
Well, he sent it to me. 339 posts. So, nonetheless, huh?
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, $4.99, and it's like that's super accessible to the fans too. Because think about how many stands you have, right? At like an event, you got those like at any NHRA event. There's probably what 10,000 people minimum.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Was there ever been like Playboy or Hustlers sponsoring any kind of like
Ooh,
That's a
race
good
team
question.
stuff?
how long do you think it would take to load if we were to Google this?
Well, hang on now. Let me get with my editor real quick.
Yeah, our
So let me
behind-the-scenes
get with my
editor.
editor real quick.
Mister, I'm gonna do my homework. No, that's just crazy. Like I don't know if there's any sides to take here, but nonetheless,
Do they let cigarettes do any? Does there still like a marble car or anything like that?
I don't.
I don't think there
so.
has been in a long time.
Yeah.
I think that's all kind of like just banned to a degree. Like, did you guys see the new?
Playboy has sponsored the LCR Honda Motor GP team. Okay, so bike racing. Playboy.
Currently?
Is it current?
Okay, well you
They
dig
did at
deep
one
into
point in
that.
time.
At one point in time, Playboy did sponsor a race team.
Huh, that's cool. All right. Well, anyways, I've gone as far as I care to on this topic. What's it called?
Well, hang on now. Since we're still here, are there any other race teams out there that are currently sponsored by OnlyFans in other racing
That's a good one
circuits?
to know.
That is a good question.
MotoGP. I was gonna say, I feel like when I've bet Moto America races, I've seen them as a sponsor on some bikes. Probably.
So while we're wrapping this topic up, though, what are your thoughts on Crackle tunes, Caleb?
What kind of language am I allowed to use on live?
Please don't get me banned. I've worked very hard to get this far.
Okay, words that don't get you banned. So I have to.
He's struggling. Okay,
I feel like there are way better ways to spend your money on your car than a dedicated Crackle tune. I actually know a C7 guy that advertised Crackle tunes for a little while. Justin's quite fond of him.
yeah.
Do I sense some sarcasm?
Yeah, his name is Orlando. And Orlando Cantu. And yeah, for a long time that dude would post up all these different videos. Oh, just out doing a Crackle tune and my customers, whatever horsepower package car. But when I flew down there and checked out his shop and realized that he wasn't the guy for me, the car that he took me out in was like a full build, Pro Charger build, but we were out beating on the car without a Pro Charger on it.
How does that work?
Exactly. When we did that, that's when I was like, I think I'm all right. But
It just
Yeah.
doesn't feel like it's just a JDM thing anymore. It's not even
No.
a Beamer thing. Like you even see like these Mustangs with like ghost
did
cams.
you say JDM within Crackle tune? Is that what you were referring to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
I
swinging
don't
a miss.
think I think it's more of a German.
it's
thing.
like a Euro thing.
Yeah,
100%.
so.
I don't
It-
think
yeah.
JDM
It's
is
you
the right word there.
Volkswagen boys. It's the Beamer boys, the Audi boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
that's
yeah,
German.
Well, there was a.
That's a
BM
you thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I had it for a while.
Divert blame.
I told.
Let me point the finger at everyone except for the real culprit here.
So I told Brian, my tuner, I'm like, because so there's my old GTI basically had two settings. It had the normal like drive quiet mode, and then when you would put it in sport mode, first of all, it would hang the revs super high. Like it would just constantly, it would downshift all the time at like 3,600 or something like that. Like it was up there, right? And whenever I'd be on decel, it would just be pop, 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 pop. You can attest to this. It was fucking obnoxious, and I found it fun for a while because I was like, all right, whatever. Huh? The custom tune I had.
I will say though, a burble tune is one thing, but when you have like a legitimate fast car, like I know the Viper guys do it sometimes, but when when you figure out your car and you know if you play with the throttle enough on each of your shifts, sometimes it'll make like a pop on the shift that actually sounds cool, which is what the Burble Tune guys are trying to replicate, but don't
have the displacement or horsepower
correct.
to do it. Yeah,
but
my
like,
orange car will do it.
But like the Viper guys, and they have the sequential, like depending on their throttle input, when they shift to the next gear, it'll shoot a flame on the shift at part throttle, which is, I mean, not fun to be next to, but cool to witness.
Oh, it's been cool to witness, be a part of it, all that. Dude, especially when you're right up against the divider.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's a little loud. It's really loud.
My Evo will do it sometimes.
Really?
But it's always random. I have not figured out how to get it to do it.
I do have to backpedal on that. And now that I think about it, I can't really think of any imports besides like Euro cars that do the whole Crackle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh? Q50. Where were you like 3 minutes ago when he was clowning me? Fair enough. Yeah. No, hold on. Yeah.
Tell him to shut up on the way here or something? Or what?
So wait, hold on. Do Infinities and
No, he rode with me.
G37s count as JDM or no? Where's Infinity from? That's Japan,
I
right?
was just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
they-
370s.
I don't know if they
Crackle tune.
necessarily
Fuck you
count.
both, by the way, for teaming up against me.
I feel like those don't count into the JDM world because like
All right, whatever. Japanese, does that help?
I think they're their own culture, to be
Yeah.
honest.
culture of poverty.
Jesus Christ. This might be that episode that never airs. The second episode that never airs.
If it's already airing.
Yeah, right? It's too late for that.
Just delete.
So you get 3 hours. You get like 4.5 hours of me talking, but you only get 2.5 hours of usable
With the
footage.
Bleep and black out everything else.
You get like 3 or 4 seconds to jump on there and shut that thing off before it's already live.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not sure what the delay
Anyone
is.
wants
but,
the actual tea, give me a call. I'll spill it.
but like, it's always the Beamer boys, right? Especially like, what was it? You and I were coming back from like ice cream or whatever that one time.
Oh, it was a 550i.
It was a 550i, and it was like, dude, for like at least 3 or 4 miles, it was just like a bomb going off, and it's just like, why? You
Yeah.
can play around with it too, like I basically, when I was talking about tuning, he's like, yeah, just let me know if you want more or less or whatever. But the Supra guys or BMW guys, I can't remember
They
which.
have a slider
They have
in
a
their
slider.
in their app where they
Okay,
can turn up
Ross.
the burbles or turn down the burbles.
So yeah, we were doing like Whiplash Rally, and then I'm riding with Ross in a Supra, or maybe I was driving, I can't remember. But either way, he turned it all the way to max, and I think you could have frequency and how loud it is too, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that, but anyways, we're going through a golf course. It's like a mile and a half on our way to the hotel. Yeah, no, that was fun. That was fun. I almost died in that car. That was sketchy. I was we were on the rally, and I went to go thread the needles. Well, first of all, Ross was like, oh, dude, I'm such an asshole. I should have offered to let you drive. He's like, do you want to? I'm like, yeah, sure, whenever. He stomps on the brakes right in the middle of the highway and just pulls off. And he's like, all right, let's switch. And we're like running. We're doing a certain type of fire drill. And what's it called? I just pin it. And everybody's like freaking out on the, what do we use back then, Dan? For like comms.
Was it Zello?
Yeah.
Was it Zello? Yeah, everybody's like freaking out, and they're like, Harris, because like the Golden Peaks guys, they already like destroyed a rim. Like, ooh, that's a fun topic. Rims, wheels. We should definitely get on that. But what's it called? They destroyed one. So everybody thought that, it happens the same thing to us. And I'm doing like $150 the whole way. And eventually I catch up to Chaz and Tony Yost, and they make it. And then, what's it called? Everything starts to close in, and I literally just thread the needle. And when the guy in front of you just sticks his hand out the window and does this, you're just like, yeah, that was a close one. Yeah.
Speaking of wheels, you should shoot Joe DeVito a text and see what he's got.
What he has to say about Bellic. Hey, you want to call in about Bellic? No.
I think that's pretty widely known, his stance on Bellic.
Dude, anytime there's a post about Bellic, he's just in the comments. He shares like 6 photos, 4 comments. He also shares his screenshots of his text with Damien. It's like he has a war against
Even in
that
the
guy.
weirdest, like little random groups, I'll see somebody talk about Bellics in a page. I wouldn't even think. All of a sudden, there's Joe in there commenting. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, run those wheels if you want to die.
But what about speaking of the rally though? What about track noise limits? That's such some bullshit, dude.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've only had that one time, but yeah, I was
My
black
Evo
flagged
will
off.
break every single one.
Is it really that loud?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It's
It is now. It wasn't.
Really?
Uh,
What'd you do with the Evo?
I just put a different exhaust on it. It's
Okay.
just got a Busher 3-inch straight pipe.
So no exhaust, just full straight.
Well, it has a muffler. if you call it that, I guess.
That's the same thing
It's
with the
more
orange
of like
car. There's
a
two
cherry bomb
mufflers.
kind of bullet thing, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds great, don't get me wrong, but it's very loud. Not as loud as your Mustang, though.
The orange
The
car.
orange
was loud.
car is really loud.
Well, when we went to Atlanta Motor Park, Ross's car is obnoxious. So the guy was like, "Yeah, I better check your car out." And then I was like, "You might want to listen to mine." And he looks at my Mustang. He's like, "That's cute. Like, it's fine. It's probably not
Typical
that
response
loud."
to a Mustang. It's fine.
So then after he got done with Ross, he was like, "All right, cool. I'll come check yours out." Like, okay, guy. And I fired up, and he's like, "Oh shit." Yeah, you better short shift. Which is not fun on our track, by the way. If you can't get all the way up to 7,000 RPMs, that's kind of dumb.
Well, it's so dumb because people keep like guys will go to the middle of nowhere, then they will build a track, and then 5 years later, everybody's like, "Oh man, this is a nice spread of land. Let's move over here and like raise horses and be an equine glue farmer or something." And then all of a sudden, it's like, "All right, now everybody starts moving and it turns into a cul-de-sac." And then now the track's the problem. Oh, my horse can't sleep at night. Like, it's just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like home developers because they buy that land.
Probably because the land out there is cheap to begin with.
Well, okay, the home developers, cool. That's one thing, right? They just build the house and hope it sells. But it's like you chose to move there too.
Yep.
It's like there's a track
Well,
there.
right now
like, there's a train track.
In Bradenton with Cletus's track, well, technically now both of Cletus's tracks because he's part owner of Bradenton Motorsports Park now. With that whole drama that was going on and them fighting the court system, they did lose getting the new development approved. So the development did get approved, but there is a clause within either the HOA or the covenants for each of those lots where somebody purchasing any plot of land or house within the development surrounding those tracks, they are not allowed to raise any kind of complaints to the track because they are purchasing with the understanding that there is a racetrack
right there.
operating right there.
Yeah. Like, I have a diesel shop behind my house in my backyard, which is like to that wall. It's not very far. And it's not quiet, but I don't complain about it because I'm the one who moved in behind it.
Fun fact, apparently my audio is split between stereos, so anybody who has headphones on, they hear you talking in one ear and me slurping in the other.
No.
I don't know if there's any quick way for me to fix that at the moment.
Take your
It's a
headphones
learning
off.
curve.
Huh?
It's a learning
It's
curve.
a learning curve, but also just take your headphones off. You
Wait,
definitely want to listen
how
to
many
us. in
people are
public.
listening right now?
I think it's like 10 or something. Like I didn't really push it very hard because we got some kinks to work out.
Yeah.
I
but-
put this $100,000 Mustang GT up on the screen if anyone wants to look at
Oh,
it.
So
that's
if you
right, yeah.
if you compare the stock GT to any of the Shelby cars, the duck lip trunk spoiler that they have on them is perfect, and it legitimately should have come on the factory Mustang GT. Like, I don't know if you've
Isn't it
seen it
re-
in person.
Isn't it really difficult to get Shelby parts as well? Like I know a lot of the F-150 guys want to get like the Shelby grill and like the Shelby front bumper.
Yeah, I don't know anything
because
about
the
that.
Shelby bumper looks sick. Because for a period of time,
It is kind of hard to get, but it's also costs you an arm and a leg.
can we talk about fast cars?
Fast cars. Yeah, I just restarted it. If Justin lets me know that it's better, we'll just do a wash new stream because I have to restart the stream anyway.
Yep.
Which is fine, whatever. No, it's back up. Yeah, do you need something? No. Oh, Mr. Technical Producer.
Wait, can we get just a minute-long segment of your Borat impression here?
Today we do a live stream. We talk about many cars. In this week's news, we see Mr. Corvette do middle finger at Daytona. In other news, what else did we talk about? OnlyFans. Whoa, whoa, wee, wah. Many tits. $5.99. Huh? $4.99. Mr. NHRA, why you do this? We are back. This whole thing's on. Oh my God, we'll be doing a
Was
Borat
that
accent
long
for a month.
All right.
We're good.
I am satisfied.
I don't think it's out of my system. I'm like busting at the seams to keep it going. You just set off a bomb, dude.
Why did you stop that?
Why did I stop it? My parents weren't very happy. No. I think my wig got dirty, and then also car season pretty much ended. So there was like nobody willing to really do much of anything.
Yeah.
I love how your first reason is my wig got dirty.
I would have donated a new wig to keep that going.
It was fantastic.
So when I initially did that for the Halloween costume, I kept clipping the wig because I looked like a Bee Gees member, right? And then like it looked like it was an afro or whatever. So I had to keep cutting it down to make it like make sense.
Yeah.
It was absurd. Like now I never want to be a barber. It's just confusing.
See, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. My brain heard what my brother said to him.
I think you're just practicing to be a hairdresser since you drive that Volkswagen GTI.
It's like I have a Beetle.
You know, if
All
anyone
right.
wants to donate a trip to Turkey, let me know.
One of my friends just went to Turkey to get his stuff done. The downside, if you go to Turkey to get your hair done, like you have to do all of it, right? Because our friend, like he basically did like the outsides. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's cool if you're looking from the front, but the second you do one of these, everything's just like still fucked.
So you're only allowed to do so many at a time.
Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, there's that too, right?
What's
Well,
going on with Turkey and hairstyles?
transplants of hair.
Oh, they did that only in Turkey or what?
Well,
That's
no.
just where it's
so
cheaper. It's like a tenth of the cost.
if you do it here, it's like $50,000 to have it done.
Whoa. I'll just shave my head.
Wait, what? Yeah, everything I've heard for
Okay, apparently
like
it's better. All right, we're good. Okay. New episode. Well, hair
And
transplant. No, I really enjoyed doing that Borat thing though. That was fun. I think I got up to like 10 or 11. I can't find the TikTok channel. Maybe I don't know if I took it down or something. I don't think I did, but I can't find any of the videos. So any of the people I did videos with, I'm hitting them up to get it back because it was like my favorite one was the one with Arrow,
Yeah.
the Huracan.
Yeah, that's
I
the
literally
best one.
jump out of a
Is this
bush.
where the pizza goes?
I put the pizza in the oven. We're doing it like in front of like a state farm.
Yeah, it was. You were in like the Holiday in Hudson.
Yeah,
parking lot.
yep. And I'm just yelling at traffic.
How do I get into this car?
That is right in the middle of downtown.
I literally rolled out. Well, hold on. I don't know if you're gonna be able to even Google it. It only got like 150,000 views on TikTok.
Or do I just do Harris and
I don't know how you
Borat?
find that one.
Just look up Borat Huracan, see if anything comes up. And I did 2 Huracans. There's the one I did with Keaton and the blue one. That one didn't do as well. But like, literally, I'm rolling out of this green Huracan just because like I can't get out. Oh no, the one I did with Lambo Dad, Ryan Wheeler's Gallardo. I literally, when I was climbing out the window.
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
Did you ever see these, Caleb?
Yeah, I saw those.
This is like before you and I were friends too, like by like a long shot. Like this is like 2 years before we met.
We've followed each other on social media for a long time,
I think I
though.
followed you because of one of your exes.
Oh, which Maddie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's how I found out about your existence. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, that was a good time. Then I did the 370Z one when I had the cowboy hat or whatever. And my buddy Alec came to like film half of these. He's like, "You're doing another one?" He's like, "I'm in." If I were to bring that back today, dude, the amount of cars I'd be able to review would be fucking absurd. You know how many fat comments I got? Oh, Borat's eating very good.
Oh, that's funny.
No, I actually had the thong at one point, but I'm pretty sure my mom threw it out before I could put it on. She's like, "You're not
Probably
fucking
could've
wearing that." No, so it was like one of those like 2 a.m. purchases. I got a zebra mask and a Borat thong.
Thank you, Harris's mom, for throwing that out.
This is before I got really big into the car scene too. I think this was like college or whatever. Was it? Was I still? No way. Amazon wasn't even around when I was 16.
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. Amazon was around before I was 16.
I think Dan's the only one here that it wasn't around when you were 16.
What?
Amazon.
That's probably true.
I remember being so 2006. I remember my mom ordering books off of Amazon.
I was say it probably was a bookstore then, because that's
It
what
was.
it started off as.
Yeah.
You could buy Matchbox cars off there because I bought a Bugatti Hot Wheels back like 2007, and my mom lost her shit on me because I spent like $50 on this little Hot Wheels car, and that was a big deal back then.
I was big on eBay
Oh yeah,
when it first started. I have a PayPal that's like 30 years old.
Yeah, so no, I can't
I don't
find
think
it.
PayPal was around that long ago.
PayPal
Started in, like,
basically
90s.
started when eBay started. That was, and maybe they were around before that, but they were like a team up that went hand in hand. So you want to? Oh, you won that? You should pay for that with PayPal.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, PayPal is. I will not be using PayPal very much going forward.
Really?
Well, so last year you could sell
98.
up to $20,000 before you get a 1099K form, which I think is kind of outrageous for selling your own personal items. You shouldn't be taxed on selling your personal items. But yeah, if you sell over $20,000 for your personal items, which car parts can total over that very easily, and I typically do a lot more than that every year in car parts. But now for 2024, the threshold is $5,000. So anything over $5,000 you get taxed on, unless, and I'll have to cross this bridge this year, but I'll have to go and itemize every single part that I sold and then the actual value of like when I acquired it.
So is it at a time sale, or is it like in total once you hit 5,000 from multiple
Total.
parts?
Oh,
really?
Yep. And then next year it goes down to 2,500, and then the following year, or this year it's 2,500 for 2025, and then next year it's down to $600. So 2025 is the last year. I've already crossed over the $2,500 threshold for 2025, but my goal is to have everything sold that I have to sell from my Corvette parts by the end of this year.
Well, do you have people pay you Venmo and shit like that too?
I mean,
Venmo's tracked too.
yeah, Venmo tracks
be
too.
all-
Everything's tracked at this
Yeah.
point.
So then what
It's
are you
got to
gonna
be
do in
cash.
general? They're gonna get all of it.
Well, no, because I can technically like write off anything above it. But it's stupid because they'll tax you like you're a business, but then you can't write off the additional over that against your regular income as well. Which I guess, yes, technically it's different, but if you're going to tax my personal item sales like it's a business, then if I have to write that off, I should be able to write that off against all of my income. But it doesn't.
That means they're gonna be coming for Facebook Marketplace and all that shit.
Well, that's what they are, is coming after
Yeah.
Facebook. This is the beginning stages of
Which
coming
is
after.
stupid because they've already collected sales tax on that item when it was sold the first
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
Yep,
This
and-
isn't like I get that same argument with cars, right? So you got to pay sales tax every single time it's sold.
Yep.
On little items, that shouldn't be the case.
I will never. I don't think I will sell a vehicle outright again. Now that like this truck that I have, I traded in 2 cars that completely offset all of my sales tax on it. I think every single time I get a new truck now, it'll just be traded in to offset the sales tax and just take whatever loss I get in trading it in versus selling it outright, because you're looking at $4,000 or $5,000 in tax savings anyways, and then not having to deal with the
So if you
hassle.
trade it in, you don't pay as much on tax?
No,
Yeah,
so
That's true.
The value of the vehicle comes off of the sale price, so then you're gonna get taxed on what's left. Is that kind of how it
Yep.
works?
So technically, between the Z06 and the Denali, I got 76,000 in trade. Or it was like 76,000 trade-in value for the two, and then that went towards the purchase price of my truck, which basically wiped all of the tax I'd owed clean. So then I had to pay like title fee and then the plate fee and all the like the county tax, the wheel tax. Like
Dan's big on collector plates nowadays.
Same.
Makes things a lot easier. Well, yeah. Is your Evo a collector plate now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember I went to the DMV to get tabs on something, and I was like, so my car that has collector plates, like, when does that renew? And they're like, oh, you don't ever have to do that. I was like, oh,
You
that's
pay
nice.
twice.
And you only have to run one plate. You don't have to have a front plate.
In Wisconsin, you technically still need to. But
In Minnesota, you do not.
I know. I have a. Well, I just sold that car, but I had.
So if I ever move, I'm transferring all my cars to my mom's name. Off the record.
Again, live on the internet.
I mean, the other way to avoid all of this is doing it through a Montana LLC. And Montana has like 70 different custom plate designs. Like you name it, you start going through it, they've got everything. Whereas like Minnesota and Wisconsin, you get like 7. It wouldn't surprise me, but you've got like
technically
7.
You can only operate it over here for a certain amount of time.
No, you
You
can.
have
Minnesota
it
has
different.
no rules.
So-
I have dug and dug and dug to find all the rules on collector plates. I cannot
No,
find
we're talking
anything.
about though the whole tax thing, right? So technically, I think what happens is you get a little bit of like land, or like you get like
So-
a 1 foot by 1 foot section of land or something in Montana.
If that was how they did it, then you would be significantly more legit than 99% of the people that did it. But what actually happens is you get. So there's a company called $49 LLC, or I think Montana 49, and you go to them and they file an LLC, and it ends up being like $500 to $800, or maybe it might be $1,100 total for all of this. So the sales
$49 Montana's the top search.
Yep. So basically what you pay for is an LLC formation service that files a Montana LLC for you. So then your mail for that vehicle gets sent to this LLC formation company. So they handle all of your tabs and that stuff for you. And then they register your vehicle, which this is where it also gets a little bit difficult, because you then, when you get, like, say you go to finance a car, technically you have to do business financing on it. So you can back it with your personal credit, but you do have to put down more money. But when you're a cash buyer, it's a lot easier because you just, transfer the money to the business and then the business pays cash for the vehicle. But then in Montana, you don't pay the sales tax. And then I believe on certain items, I can't remember what the threshold is, but over either 250,000 or maybe it's 150,000. It's either 150,000, 250,000, or 500,000. Then you'd have to pay an annual luxury tax, which is, I think, either $75 or $250. But then that would be your reoccurring cost. But then let's say you're buying like a Huracan or a Bugatti or something very expensive, right, in the multiple $100,000 range. Instead of paying tens of thousands of dollars in sales tax, you can save out on all of that. And let's say you do have to pay a $250 luxury tax year after year.
Boo-hoo in the grand
yeah.
scheme, yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yep.
Did you see Davion just listed his vet, by the way?
I didn't, but that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, the 2,000 wheel horsepower Corvette.
Yeah.
The C5. Was that a C5? Or C6?
It's C5.
Yeah, C5.
Was
Yeah.
he not want to make it go faster? Let me text him.
Yeah, I think he's asking 45 for it. Quite a bit done to that car.
Why does that feel so cheap?
It's a C5.
2,000 horsepower C5 for 45 grand.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? There's got to be a few $100,000.
What's the
in that
catch?
car.
Come on, break it down.
No.
How does a car make 2,000 horsepower for $45,000?
Because you never get your investment back. Remember?
Literally, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cheaper than doing it like from scratch, but you pick up a C5 for $15,000 to $23,000. You can do a motor for another $15,000 to $20,000, maybe a little bit more.
yeah, but then we're already at 45 grand almost right there
You're at 30.
ish.
You'll like that.
Wait.
Just boy math.
Yeah, 20 plus 20 is 30.
What?
20 plus 20 is 40.
I know. Believe me, I know. But by your math, it is not.
Well, I was erring on the 15,000 and 15,000.
So I kind of want to give Dan a heart attack here. Do we think that the GTD will be in the face? Like, for example, if you look at the last two Ford GTs, right? They appreciated like crazy, right? Like, what did the original Ford GT go for? It was like $150 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The 05,
And
06.
at for a short period of time, they were trading right around 100.
Yeah, it was around 100 because they were trying to get rid of them. They
Yep.
dropped the price down a lot.
So, and then now they're going for like a nice clean examples of going around like 400,000 or 500,000 currently, if not more, right?
Yeah.
More. I think 400 or 500 for something with some miles on it.
I think Andy House has one right now for 325.
No, unless he has a couple. I saw one that was like five.
He's got a couple
something.
of them.
Yeah,
The one for 5 I thought was like crazy low miles though.
yeah. No, it was like one that was like 500 or 800 miles or something like that. But like in comparison, and then you also see the second Mark or the Ford GT or whatever, like the
Yeah.
the current generation. Don't they have like a Mark III and a Mark IV now? Something weird like that, like the race cars or
I don't
something.
know.
I don't know. But either way, they're going for I think at the lowest I've seen is 800,000 or 900,000.
That I don't quite understand though, because I feel like most people that have them or people that have reviewed them have said that they're not worth
They're not
that
that great, yeah.
When
that
you get
kind of
destroyed by a
money.
C8 Z06.
Yeah.
But that's also like what, 4 years after, I think.
Well, and Ford was kind of playing around in the closet when they made those cars because they're experimenting with the They're experimenting with the EcoBoost stuff.
You know, one of my dreams on this podcast was to get big enough to get sponsored by Ford, and Caleb just fucked that into the trash.
We still love you, Ford. I don't know. I'm ready to throw Caleb out. If
I work for Ford. We actually have a GTD that will be delivered through my dealership,
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
and I know of the dollar amount of what the actual price is.
But you can't disclose it, take it?
I don't want to because I have no idea who knows that amount
Is it
of
a
money.
Spirit of America one?
I don't know what that means.
The
Red, white,
limited
and
edition
blue.
one.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it. I know that the guy does not live in Minnesota,
Yeah.
and I know what the price is, and I know that it's coming through us. That is all that I know.
Okay. Is it north of 4? Can you say that? Okay. Then it's probably the Spirit of America.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I was a lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah. But they're only making, I don't know how many of those.
Well, I think they said something like 2,000 in the articles or whatever. It's like a 2-year.
Well, not
production.
of the Spirit of America, but they're going to do like
Oh.
2,000 total.
Yeah. So who knows? Well, yeah, but it's gonna end up being like the Viper GTSR, right? Like, what is it? Like 1/4 of the ACRs or whatever are GTSRs, maybe. Or no, not the ACRs. Sorry. Oh God, the Viper guys are gonna come after me again. But nonetheless, it's not just a regular TA.
I've seen the Viper guys. You're fine.
Yeah, you're just like the Ford guys. You just have one little fact wrong. They just got you. But no, there's like I think 100 something GTSRs. I think something weird
Yeah,
like that, and they kind of like set the market, right? So it's like same things I had with like the Spirit of the Americas, right? So they're gonna be rare, but then also if you have a couple rare specs, like let's say you get a fuchsia pink one, it's the only one, then it might like follow the Spirit of America in the
Right.
market.
I kind of think so. I didn't, because then you're limited to how that comes, exactly how it comes. And I didn't like the way it was laid out, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of the white, the Spirit of America one.
You're not a fan of that?
No.
I like it.
Wait, what does the spec look like?
Yeah,
I
I'll
haven't
pull it
seen
up
it.
right here. Let's see. Let's have a race, Dan. At least change it off this Google page because it's blowing out the camera
Borat
right now.
Hurricane.
Oh no.
So yeah, the Spirit of America. If you give her a gander right here,
Justin asked you, Alex, when you're going to turn your Evo up.
That's
Oh.
a good question.
so it looks good. I mean, it's white with a red
Wait,
and a
wait.
blue stripe. Here, sorry. U.S. Sunday.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks
I mean,
nice.
it feels so plain.
Oh, sorry.
is.
In the words,
Thank you.
In
For the $500,000 freaking specced out freaking.
okay, but what's plain though? Like the Viper GTSR is white with blue stripes.
It has literally zero more performance added to it. It's just the appearance.
They just add the
package.
Spirit of America, the red, white, and blue.
Yeah. What you're paying for is to have a limited edition.
Man, the U.S. taxes you in every way possible. In the words of our great late friend, Dan the Hater.
Late grade, he's dead to us. Especially since he was here and he didn't hit me up. I already
Wait,
told
who
him
is
that. I was
this?
like, I don't even know who you
Don't
are.
worry about it. He's
I
dead to
know.
us.
He
Do I
doesn't
know him?
exist.
Do I know him?
No,
He's gonna
no.
he's gonna get deported anyway. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I do know him. Thank God I'm not the only one.
This is gonna be our first and our last live. Jesus.
But you said this is what you wanted, right? You wanted the this is supposed to be like the
casual one. Where was I? Oh, so anyways, yeah, is the GTD gonna match the other two in pricing, right? Because in a way, it's almost more rare because there's 2 generations of Ford GTs and there's no generations of the GTD, right?
Yet.
Huh?
Yet.
Yet. But the first one's always
oh
gonna
come
be
on, that's still Dodge that does that.
It's just a wide body Mustang. What's so special?
Yeah, oh my god, okay.
Dude, speaking of
Sound
wide,
just like this he who will not be named again.
no, dude, this thing is fat though. Like it is wide. Like it's like
car.
Yeah, it
what is
could eat a Mustang for sure.
Oh yeah.
You ever see that commercial? Pull this up, Dan. It's a Audi giving birth commercial. Did you ever see that commercial? It was like it's like 10 years old, right?
No, but I feel like with the past search is on this,
OnlyFans giving birth.
we're going to get some sort of crazy.
No, okay. So not a lot of people have seen this commercial though. But like I remember seeing this like I was like in middle school, and I'm just like, like what is this?
Wait,
going-
maybe I have seen this.
Do you know what I'm talking about over here? TT to an R8, yeah. Yeah, TT to an R8. Yeah, you have to find a video though.
I know, I got
Yeah, once I up videos, there we go. There we go.
I'm getting there, man. It's a touch pad.
All right,
Oh,
Audi
R8 gives birth to
so
RS3.
2015, so 10 years, almost on the nuts. All right, watch. It's gonna be 188, 128p again.
We won't get audio.
Yeah,
There's
we
a
have to-
little bit of audio.
Was
I
it?
heard it last time.
Oh.
anytime now. But no, this is like
hold
it's,
your breath,
it's so
though.
visceral. It's like it really makes you question life.
Back in the day, I was a big Mazda guy when I was a kid, so we'll just
Really?
kind of, yeah. There was a Mazda MPV that on the side of it, Mazda MPV was like a minivan.
Okay.
Yeah. for
Wait,
sure.
hang on. You were a Mazda guy, so that entailed like being a fan of minivans, or what? What is?
That was my first car.
Okay, so like, what is being a Mazda guy? This is uncharted territory. This is the first time I've ever heard this in my life. So
Oh,
All right.
we're gonna have to table this for a second.
I guess this one kind of does need audio otherwise. But yeah, it's literally just coming out of a car.
can you say that a little bit louder for me, please?
Coming. It's just creepy. Yeah, look at this. And it's like all the crunchy, and then it's just look at it. It's literally spreading its legs.
So when they call it the baby R8, they literally this is what their idea was.
I don't know if that's exactly where they got the idea from. But look at this. It's just
whoa,
like
whoa!
yeah. It's like give me that clam,
Oh,
bro.
water
Why
broke.
is there the
water
liquids
broke.
coming out of it?
Look at this. This is such an unsafe.
So,
It's all wet. It's covered in goo.
Look at it.
Wait,
I swear to God, if there's
Look at it.
if
Oh
there's
my
an
God.
umbilical
Grabs
cord,
it.
it
Look
came
at-
out the butt.
if there's a cord to cut on this, I'm done.
Yeah, literally. Baby R8. There it is.
I've never seen this before. Wow.
The new RS3 Sportback.
Interesting.
Sopping wet. All right, Dan, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think your wife loves you?
Ooh, it's got to be like an 8, solid 8.
So I think it would be great if she used your credit card to go to tunedbysean.com to get you a Haltech ECU for 5% off using code Minnoxide. Does that math out?
Absolutely.
I don't think we tell her about this ad until it runs, though.
You can't read it. That might as well be what it says.
Okay, Audi. All right.
Okay, well now you gotta look up like what are some of the most like messed up commercials like in the auto world. That's got to be top one, right?
There's a Hitler one actually out there that's really interesting.
Oh boy.
I don't know how to find it. It's something about there was like if
Where's
you
car commercials?
I forget what it was something about if you could take back a decision or something about stopping at a crosswalk or whatever. Is that who it was? Yes, and it was Hitler walking across the road, and it prevented Hitler from dying. It's a crazy commercial,
Dude.
Ooh,
Oh, somebody sent me a super messed up one. Dan, what was the one you sent me the other day? The life insurance one?
I can only imagine where this.
It was like something you were like, where's this going? They're in a car and they're like, they thought they had a problem and they were like, then they figured it out and they like laughed about it. And then a guy walks up to the window, sticks a gun in the driver's window and just blows the guy's brains out.
Wait, did you send that to me? Because this feels very familiar.
No,
might
didn't
have
the
sent
guy
it to
like
both
kiss
of
the
you.
girl
Yeah,
or
okay.
whatever? Weren't they like on a date and then the guy like kissed her or whatever and then the dad came and blew the brains out? And
I
then
don't
the
think it was
commercial's
the guy had a
tagline.
ski mask on.
No, but the guy's like the tagline for the commercial is like, it's never too early for life insurance. They were like 15, dude.
I just thought it was funny because like it's just a normal commercial. Then it took a really, really dark turn.
The most outrageous car ads. All right, hit that first one. What do we got here? Oh god, I
Oh,
remember
God,
the
the
hamsters.
hamsters.
we don't even want to talk about the Kia hamsters.
Those
This
ones
was
were always
huge,
stupid.
man. What was this? 2002.
I still can't believe that like if you had a Kia in like or Hyundais or whatever like in like hot metropolitan areas like Atlanta and Chicago that they literally would drop you from insurance. Was Milwaukee another one? Oh yeah, that's where it started. Yeah,
Dude, I know someone here local that's had theirs stolen twice.
really? Twice?
Yep.
Same car twice?
Yep.
Oh, is that what it is? The key ignition?
Isn't it like quite literally like a USB plug-in?
Well, that's just because that's what fits. Yeah, USB's fit. You basically just, like, it's just a little square.
And then you just like shove a screwdriver in there. You're good.
Yeah, but the USB fit in it. That's why they called it. There was a way that you would break the ignition and you would take off the little piece that kind of like turned it.
Yep.
And there was a little rectangular hole that a USB would perfectly fit in to turn it.
Yeah, you just like OBGYN with the ignition.
OBGYN ignition is crazy.
This was on. Wait a second. This was on a Kia Soul.
No,
All
Kias.
Kias.
All Kias.
Any Kia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why were people doing this?
Because you're able to break it.
Because they figured out how to do it.
This
And you
is
can just
this is
start
how
it.
Kia boys were born.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
I'm just wondering why you're wanting a Kia. That's bad enough to steal one.
It's a free car.
Easy transportation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Probably the easiest car to steal at the moment.
Yeah.
Even right now.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys see something about like I think SEMA just won like a huge lawsuit in like California or something? I think they got rid of like the EV mandate over there.
Yeah, they did.
Do you know what? Did you read anything up on that?
No, I did not.
I think Big T revealed that.
Big T
Oh,
repealed.
look, their Chevy
Attaboy.
Corsica bit the dust.
Winning since day one.
Wow. This is something.
Yeah, that's wild.
High production value for the time.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my God. These are the Audi
All right.
engineers behind the other commercial.
Here, I found it. So, California's
Wait,
Quest.
is this deep down like a Beretta commercial?
No, it's a Chevy Corsica. The Berettas were 2 doors.
I know, but like if it takes the Corsica
Oh.
and turns it into a
Oh,
Beretta.
there's got all the little Chevys in there. Look at them.
Oh, cute.
No. He's like, oh, everything's fine.
Imagine thinking.
The wife was not having it.
Imagine
Heartbeat
thinking
of
back in the
America.
day, like, yeah, that's the car I'm gonna go buy.
Right, that's what sold you on it, right? Like, dude, even aliens
Dude,
want this thing.
that thing's sick. I gotta get one.
It's a 4-door with a 3.4
Okay,
V6 in it.
That raises a great topic. If aliens were to come to Earth right now, like secretly, and they just wanted to, find a whip, like they go to Hertz or
Cybertruck
Turo.
for sure, right?
Well, no, that'd be too obvious. Like if aliens wanted to rent a car if they came to Earth, this is gonna give me so much hate in the comments.
The quiet diesel. Here we go. Hold on, this guy's shooting out of the cab of the back.
Whoa, what? Hang on, that's gotta be a hot. Oh yeah, that sells in Texas right there.
That is
I bet.
so wild.
That's an amazing. Oh my god.
Wait, hang on now. Why is the screen the TV split at the moment?
Wait, can we blur that for a second?
Man,
Oh,
National
anything
National
diesel.
Geographic just got.
All right, so back to the important topic here. If aliens came to Earth, what would they rent on Turo?
On Turo. Ooh.
Right?
Oh, so what's their goal? Are they trying to
Well, they're gonna be incognito.
incognito?
I think, right? So like a Beamer, like
Definitely
550.
a-
Any white crossover SUV from any automaker.
Definitely a Bentley Bentayga.
Bentley Bentayga.
Yep.
Anything dog would take.
An all-wheel drive V6 Charger.
Seriously.
Because like, okay, straight up, they're gonna go to Area 51, right? They got to get their homie back that crash landed
Yeah.
like 60 years ago, and they're like, all right, we got to get these remains back, right? So they're obviously gonna go to Area 51. What's that? Arizona, I think.
Yeah, well, then they need like a 1984
Here's
RV.
the other thing, though. They're probably asset driving, so they might look like the BMW or Altima route because nobody would suspect that they are anything other than the typical owner of that car.
Why wouldn't they just?
For UFO, you can't drive an Altima. Like,
Oh, different controls. They can control the UFO with their brain. You know what I'm saying?
these are mind controlling aliens. What if they're just like regular, like bipedal aliens like us with like not.
Well, there's still like a learning curve. Imagine you've never jumped in a car before, never seen a car before. There's still gonna be a learning curve to like figure out how to.
Exactly. That's what a part.
I don't know. I've seen Independence Day. They hop right in that spaceship and they fly it, no problem. Can't be that hard. Doesn't matter what they're driving. All they gotta do is come in whatever they brought here and put a fucking Tesla emblem on it or a thing, and somebody will think it's. You'll see pictures of it up. Be like, ooh,
Is that the new Tesla?
yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those like spotted like posts, like at the Nürburgring they have like camo cars,
Yep.
right? It's like, oh, I think it's a Camaro or whatever. We didn't tell the car wash story on live, did we?
Well, I was gonna ask about. I mean, is that a story that goes public? Because that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
Did I not
was
tell
not-
that one on air?
Well, hang on now. Let me tell a little bit of a backstory here. I was trying to find a car wash to run my truck through the other day.
Yeah.
So I asked Dan, how's this Fleet Farm car wash? And he said, I don't know, man. It's been about 15 years since I've been in it. And then Dan hits me with the story of the last time we went through that car wash.
Well, I have been in it since with a vehicle, but when I was younger, we ran out of gas, and I was with some friends. So we walked to the little Fleet Farm. Has a little hut where you walk up to buy gas.
Yep.
And I bought enough gas to fill my little 3-gallon can. And I also bought a car wash because I would ask you like, would you also like a car wash? So I was like, sure. And I'm talking to the guy. Like, I walked up with a gas can, and he had to give me the receipt with the car wash code on it for like, he's like, here's your car wash. And I'm like, all right, cool. Then I walk out with my friends and we walk straight to the car wash and we walk in it. Never once did the guy see us with a car ever at all whatsoever.
You walk up. There's no cars at this gas station. You walk up with the gas can.
Yeah.
Would you like a car wash?
I'm like, yep. How'd you know?
I've been feeling a little dirty since my last shower. I could use a quick
no.
rinse.
Now, mind you, this is like 6 o'clock in the morning. I may or may not have been to bed yet. And we walk into the car wash. And just so you know, you have to be on that metal plate in order for the car wash to run. It will not run without that. So me being one of the heavier guys of the group, I got voted to stand on the...
No.
Well, I paid for the wash, too. I want to get the full benefit, right? So everybody else stood off to the side laughing their ass off while I stood on the metal plate and got the full treatment.
Was this touchless?
Yes.
Wait, can we do a remake of this summer?
Sure.
Then we can get it on video.
Let's do it.
Is there a
Hang on
car
now.
in here? or
Somebody
no?
clip that.
Is there a car in there?
No. Just me.
He was standing inside the car
Fleet Farm
wash.
ones are just like you drive in, the
Yeah.
doors close, it
Yeah.
washes, you drive out.
Right.
He was standing there.
Yeah. No, I got that part. But how did I just didn't I didn't get the grasp of the first part.
Well, before
why
that,
you
hold on.
ended up in a car
How?
wash.
So obviously it's touchless, right? So it's like, how high is the pressure? Like, does it hurt?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, was it
Did
like?
you go through the whole thing?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I paid for it. I
Wait, what about drying off?
Well, and then it gets you. It starts off with soap and stuff.
Please tell me
I
this
had
is
to
like
wait
Midsummer.
For the rinse. And I didn't get the hot wax and all that stuff. I got the cheapest car wash. Oh my! So it didn't come
Yeah, you
with all
didn't get
the-
this 3-stage.
I didn't get the triple foam and the nice smell.
No happy ending.
No. Yeah.
Okay, but so take me through the story then. So then you go to dry off because it has those big fans, right?
Yeah.
How strong are those?
That wasn't that bad either.
Really?
I mean,
Those
it's not
fans
like you
kinda suck.
can barely stand there or anything.
I
You've never
mean-
like gone through the car wash, had somebody sit in your passenger and open the window when you go through the blow
I don't have
dryer?
4 kids, Dan.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I've been traumatized by that multiple times in my childhood.
Okay, so I'm not.
No. I'd just be chilling there, and all of a sudden the fucking window's going down. I'm like, whoa, stop!
Yeah, it was, from the ages of like, I'd say 17 to 23, I lived a very interesting life. I went very ham. If it popped in my head, it just did it.
There are still some lasting effects.
Yeah, I can see it.
Look at all the Fords around.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just something to do.
Yeah.
Then I put the gas in my car. I went home and took a shower.
It's funny they won't let you walk through a drive-through, but you can walk through a car wash.
I know.
What's up with that?
Speaking. Why did you bring this horrible memory up? Yeah, we were in Detroit this last time, and we're like trying to figure out something to go eat, and Dan doesn't want me to do a U-turn to go to McDonald's, even though it's half a mile back. So going straight's the only option here. So there was like a Burger King. We go through the drive-through, and it's still open, right? And then we go over there, and the guy's like, "Oh, we're only taking DoorDash orders right now." It's like, fuck you. I'm DoorDash. I'm right here. You don't have to dash
What's the
shit. I'm here.
difference? I know. It's so dumb.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous one. So then, and then where did we go next? We went to Wendy's, I think.
Yeah.
And the guy just goes over there and he's like,
Oh, no, you got to let me take this one. We go up there and the guy's like, we start ordering. He's like, oh, we don't have any the large patties. And I'm like, okay. So then I think Harris said something else. And he was like, oh, we don't have that either. So then I'm like, okay, what do you have? And he was like, like verbally you could hear it through the microphone into the car. I was about to tell Harris, I was like, get me the fuck out of here right now. Because this guy is pissing me off. I'm going to climb through this little window and choke this little twerp. So then I'm finally like, okay, why don't you list the items we can get? So he's like, you can get like junior cheeseburgers. Blah, blah. He's like, I can make like the little chicken things. It was basically like whatever they had left in the hot thing because they had already shut everything down. I'm sure, even though they were still half an hour before they closed.
Yeah, it was like a half hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
something good. Maybe give or take 10
I think
minutes.
one of my favorite like fast food late night drive-through stories was I was just cruising around and I was like, oh, Taco John's. I could use some Olays. And I went through the drive-through and I was like, yeah, I just want some Olays. And he's like, all right, just pull around. I was like, okay. He pulls up to the window. He's like, here you go. I was like, don't you want my money? He's like, no, these are the remainder. Have a good night. I was like, this is a win, dude.
Yeah, right.
I
Especially
just
for
kept on
Olays.
going.
That's the only reason anybody goes there is for potato Olays.
Seriously.
What's the official fast food restaurant of car enthusiasts?
That's a tough one.
Right? Because like you got like
Also, you definitely beat 24 seconds, right? That's what you said?
yeah.
Yeah, you beat that.
You definitely beat Alex's piss time
I
last episode.
swear to you, it has been less than a minute since you walked up.
Yeah. Yeah, start timing it. That'll be a regular thing now.
So what? Wait, what's the goal here? Fast or slow?
I feel like I don't know, both.
Because I don't like
yeah.
to waste my time. You know,
Because if you go out there with a poof of dust, you know, it's like, does he win or does he lose?
A faster one of that is really impressive.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, but anyway, so like 7-Eleven is like the gas station of car enthusiasts, right? Like that's like,
yeah.
like
It's got to be Taco Bell.
Nah.
I don't know. I
What
can't
else would
stand
it be?
Taco Bell.
Well, it's not super common, but I could see a Sonic being.
Yeah, because of the drive-in aspect of it.
I don't see
It seems very iconic, but there aren't very many Sonics around this area.
Right.
There's still a few.
There's like one
I
or
put
two.
satellites in all those when they first got here, and they were like, "Oh, they put up Sonics everywhere." They were like, "Bang, bang, bang, bang." So I went out and I did all this, and then I watched them just slowly go, boop, 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 just die off.
I mean,
Yeah,
when the
nobody
only
cares
thing
for
good
it.
you have to
Did not
offer is a
last
cherry
year.
limeade, kind of hard to stay in business.
Well, around here, if you're not going to offer some sort of inside dining,
Yep.
sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
it gets rough.
So like, it's not McDonald's, obviously. It's not Burger King. Ugh. It's not gonna be Wendy's. I feel like Chick-fil-A would be a good one. For
Okay,
car
so we're
enthusiasts.
bringing fast casual into this too. I mean, is that technically fast food?
What, Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Chick-fil-A is
That's
definitely
fast.
fast
Yeah, it's the
food.
fastest fast food. I feel
Okay.
you have to take a half hour to get a fucking
So
McDouble.
we're saying like Noodles and Company and
Ugh.
Chipotle
Yeah, no,
and all
no.
that
No.
stuff. That's fast food.
They don't
no,
have a drive-thru.
no.
I
They're
feel like
different.
Oh, you have
Chipotle-
to have a drive-through.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's got a
That's
class.
the definition.
I feel
Yeah,
like you
it-
have to have a drive-thru, right?
With Chick-fil-A, like they got your bag hanging out the window. Like you drive by, grab that, and keep going.
Yeah, well, they really only offer one item. Is that one damn chicken patty on all kinds of different things?
True.
So they just fry up about 40 of them every half
I'm
hour.
just saying nobody's
I don't
like,
think there
allergic
is.
to chicken.
I don't think there is one fast food for all of like
It's got to be
car
regional
thing.
too, anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
Yeah.
really, because like Chick-fil-A is everywhere now. They're like what, the fourth biggest?
Is Buc-ee's fast food? In Texas, I feel like it's
Ooh.
Buc-ee's.
I don't think it's
But
fast
that's
food.
not like even like
Gas
a
station-
car
gas
thing
station's definitely
specific.
a
That's
different
just like a.
classification.
It's got its own cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buc-ee's is kind of it's its own cult.
Yeah.
How long do you think until Buc-ee's hits Minnesota?
I don't know.
Well, the one in Wisconsin.
Because
Because we got a
2020.
Loves now.
Do we?
Yeah, but
We
Loves,
do.
You've had. There's been a Loves for a while though, up in Forest Lake.
That one is not that old.
Yeah, a couple years old, but still.
Barely.
That's pretty new. though,
Barely.
A couple years
Yeah.
old.
That's
Gas
within 2
station.
years.
But the first Buc-ee's is coming to Wisconsin in 2027. Where would they?
Okay, so it's gonna be a while.
Where would they realistically put one though? Because where?
Next time
So
away, probably.
well,
No,
but that's not a
no.
that's not a good
They're
spot for it.
strictly like wide open.
So
like,
realistically, it would be south of Lakeville, like down towards Farmington or
35
somewhere on
and 90.
35.
Yep.
35 and 90 would be where they'd put one, I bet.
Yep.
Ooh.
Down
What
in
about, like,
southern
St.
Minnesota.
Cloud?
There's
sort of
nothing
area.
going on.
No,
over there.
because I mean, yes,
yeah, but
people
it's
go
no
out
major
that way.
interchange for truckers and stuff.
Yep. Well, and
yeah, but
most
there's nobody down there.
Well, look at the way where they were going to put the one in Wisconsin. They were going to go.
So-
Yeah, it was right outside Madison.
yeah, so it's on the north side of Madison, but it's right where 94,
94, 39, like all that.
Everything
Yeah, but you just
converges right
listed
there.
3 highways.
Yeah.
Like in Minnesota, you only listed 2.
But there's
And down
still,
there,
like-
there's nothing
Technically,
over
39
there.
and 90 and 94 all kind of run together for a little while, though, too. So it's.
Yeah.
But 94 is a way bigger highway than 90.
Is it?
In this region, but
Yeah.
technically not. 90, if you go more east, is not, or more west, it's all 90. 94
Yeah.
Where's 94
Right,
die?
but 94 runs through
Dies in
Chicago.
Fargo.
90 dies in the one of the Dakotas.
It goes all the way to the end of South Dakota. You sure it doesn't go into whatever stupid state's next? Was it
Yeah, but
Montana?
that's, I mean, still, that's a far cry from 94.
Why? It goes to Detroit and dies.
So it sounds like
but that's
Buc-ee's is
Detroit.
never coming to Minnesota because Minnesota doesn't have a good place for it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Nothing-
Wisconsin's
yeah.
better
It is
anyways.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it does have to be pretty wide open. That's a lot of land.
Minnesota does not, like the Twin Cities area does not have that much open space
No.
for anything. Like if you go to any metropolitan area.
It goes metro and then fuck all.
Yeah, right. There's just nothing.
But that,
there.
I mean, that's kind of not most states, but a lot of states are like that.
Well, Buc-ee's is like between big cities typically.
Yeah.
Or like as you're leaving from one big city to go
Hey.
to the next.
You wanna tell me the I-90 is not that big?
Yeah.
It is literally the largest interstate in the United States. I Googled largest interstate in the U.S. Interstate 90, I-90.
Because it runs through a bunch of fuck all states.
It goes from like Seattle, Washington, all the way to New York.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's Boston to.
But in this area, 94 is way bigger than 90.
Yeah,
in this area.
So
Oh, yeah.
how impossible would it be to do a live stream while driving?
Impossible.
Internet.
Okay.
Unless we get a Starlink on the fucking van.
Starlink.
Yeah.
Ooh.
IRL streamers do it, and they're fine.
So, I mean, obviously we don't know what Texas 2K plans look like for this year yet, but what if we did a little Texas 2K stream if we all drove
Stream
down?
the whole trip down there.
Yeah.
Okay, that one we would definitely need a Starlink.
I guess we could stream.
I know
from
how
the
to get a
phone,
Starlink.
cellular device.
Well, yeah, but you would still need it. It would
Yeah.
cut in and out. I can't even have a fucking phone call with this guy coming back from work. You think we can go 18 hours?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta reach a rough spot alcohol like that.
Yeah.
We need a lot of alcohol to go that long.
People would stop listening for sure. They probably aren't even listening now.
Well, I mean, last year that would have been ideal because I think I spoke for 6 hours nonstop.
You mean 2 weeks ago when we did this?
Well, then too, but
I will tell you when
It's
we
the
first,
Caleb and Friends podcast.
let's just put it this way: we left from my house. I think we were halfway through Iowa before he took a breath. I'm not sure.
for reference, that's about 6.5 hours of driving.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it was like, and it was all Corvette talk. So like, I was falling asleep. Oh
no.
You could have sprinkled a little Mustang in there.
Well, I think he did for like a brief 2
He
minutes.
did, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, ah!
Yeah, so you got to time it out. You got to keep Dan's interest just barely there. You see him start nodding off. So, yeah, GT500
What?
perks right up.
Sean just commented, so many cars come with Wi-Fi built into them. Tell me why the fuck my VW won't update.
My truck has Wi-Fi in it, and it doesn't work that great.
Just
Well, it's
like
a
everything
Chevy.
else in it. Yeah.
I don't think I have Wi-Fi availability.
The GT500 has it, but not any.
I actually haven't looked.
I guess,
My
like,
dailies aren't that fancy.
My truck will Blue Cruise though, and we can literally just as long as I have a blow up dummy that is looking out the window, we can just be chilling.
I've officially had one too many. I'm spilling everywhere.
Yeah, it does.
Sweet.
Yeah, I drove all
Good
the
thing
way
you
up
have
to
a
that.
DD.
Now, the one thing with Blue Cruise is it ends at 80 miles an hour. And as soon as you go 82, I found out I can go 81. But as soon as you go 82, it shuts off.
wait, what is that?
Blue Cruise is self-driving.
Oh, okay. So kind of like Super
So
Cruise.
it'll change
Yeah.
lanes and all that for
Yeah.
you. But it will max out at 80 miles an hour.
That's too bad.
It is too bad.
And it just shuts off. Does it at least tell you, but like, hey, by the way, I'm not driving anymore?
Yeah. No, it says keep your hands on the wheel.
Okay, it doesn't.
And then it
just go,
starts making a bunch of noise.
Uh,
I've also found out that if you Blue Cruise for long enough and you don't pay attention, it will start hitting the brakes and shaking the whole thing back and forth. It's crazy.
to wake you up, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah. It's intense,
Probably
actually.
scares the shit out of you.
I only did it one
imagine
time.
you're like deep, like mid-text, and all of a sudden your truck is
headbutting the
locking
steering
up
wheel.
the brakes.
Oh, it does. It makes a lot of noise before it hits that point.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You just let it do its thing.
They don't put that in the Super Duties, do they?
No, the Super Duties are too
Dude,
big.
imagine
You
on a
also can't
trailer.
get one in a Raptor.
Oh,
That's
really?
why. That's one of the reasons why I didn't get a Raptor. Is I like the Blue Cruise.
Yeah, it
being
seems
able to
cool.
just sip my coffee and drive to work.
I
is
was just
amazing.
wondering how this Blue Cruise would handle death wobble.
That's a funny topic. Working
Yeah.
at a Ford dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
one
if you
that
work at a Chrysler dealer, you hear about it too. Your Dodge dealer.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Why is it a funny topic?
Well, because you don't like to talk about it really, and it's kind of a taboo topic. But customers will come in and be like, "Oh yeah, I fixed my death wobble with this," and I'm like, yeah, that's a thing."
I did it with stiffer springs and better shocks, and I have not had the
So wait, is
Probably
this like a
that
universal thing
steering
on Super
dampener.
Duties?
It's a front axle problem. Coil springs with solid front axles. So Dodge. You Chevy guys don't know anything about it because you
Yeah.
have little wimpy axles. You got little baby half.
At least my wheel isn't like this going down the road.
So it's like a Jeep, Dodge, and Ford thing. Yeah, it's. I found out that I had like the softest springs you could get in the front of an F-250, and so when it would get
Didn't
to
feel
going,
like it
it would
last time
do
we rode
this.
in it.
Huh?
So I didn't feel like it the last time we rode in that thing.
That's because I went to the plow springs,
Yep.
and then I went one step further, which was probably a mistake. Because now it rides like a hay wagon. Even my wife was like, I hate riding this truck. I'm like, yeah, but when I have a gooseneck and 18 cars back there and I'm towing something else, it's really cool.
I don't know. It was sagging with your trailer on there out there.
Yeah, right.
It is right now.
It looks like it because, again, I have these monster springs in the front.
Yeah, it's sitting there sagging.
It's not that bad. It technically has a little bit of this.
has
And my
a little
dad's
bit.
like, oh, you might as well just take that down to Mississippi with that tail dragging stupid truck you got. I'm like, it's barely like an inch drop.
See, that's why I put the
Disclaimer,
airbags in the
Dan
back
is
of my
from
truck,
North
too.
Carolina.
Carolina squad. I love. By the way, nobody's just gonna call him out on doing that little Trump dance he just did.
That's a death wobble.
The death wobble dance. Yeah, no, this guy will literally like tow. What's the most you've towed? Like how many trailers or whatever have you had attached at once?
Oh, well, that was, yeah, I've had my 42-foot fifth wheel camper and my pontoon, which was pretty big and heavy. So, like, that was probably the sketchiest one I ever did. But,
So you just really have to hope you don't have to reverse or go down any kind of road you have to turn around on, right?
yeah, exactly. No, you got to really be strategic as to where you're going.
Yep. Fuel stations, you gotta
photo of
scope out the parking or the parking lot of the gas
Yeah,
station.
well, you stick to truck stops and shit, then you're
Yep.
usually pretty good.
Yep.
And you can back up for a few feet before things start to go. There's no way to control two trailers at once. I know that's not a thing.
Sure
please
it
tell
is.
me
You
you
just
have
have to be
photos of
better
it
at backing
somewhere.
up.
I might somewhere.
I gotta see that. That's fucking absurd. How big is the pontoon?
It was like a 20-foot pontoon, so plus the tongue of the trailer, so another like.
So you've got like
Probably
70
20.
feet chilling behind you.
Yeah, easy.
I can't remember what the.
So your total combination is probably pretty close to 100 feet,
well,
90 some feet.
42-foot camper, but technically,
Dude, that's
like
longer
6
than an
feet of
average
that goes
semi.
over the cab of the truck.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I see what
You
you're saying.
can only triple tow, double tow.
It's got to be
Triple
double.
toe. I think it's double toe. I can't remember what it is. Maybe it's triple toe. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You can only do that with a fifth wheel.
Right.
You can't do it anything that is a ball type hitch. So even a goose.
I suppose I probably could risk like breaking off the hitch.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Because, you really have to like yeah, you could actually get in a lot of trouble if you overrate it. So for like DOT ratings, it goes off the weakest link. So if say your hitch is only rated for 18,000 pounds, but your truck is rated for whatever else, but then you've got 19 or 18,500 pounds behind you, technically overweight. And
Well, I will tell you this. Like I've done. You call it sketchy if you want, but I've towed some heavy shit and some long shit. But I go overkill on everything. So I have a 20,000 pound hitch.
Yep.
I have my tires, if it calls for 10 plies, I get 12 plies. If, I check my bearings. I am not, what people get in trouble is if you're irresponsible and you're driving like an idiot going 90 miles an hour while doing all of that stuff. If you see me going down the road, it looks completely casual and not a problem because I'm doing everything like I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
The pontoon isn't back there going behind my camper.
It's crazy
you've
though,
got
'cause
like pool noodles like flapping.
you don't need a license to do something like that.
Technically, if you don't DOT, if you're not doing it for commercial use,
Yeah.
like you can do.
That's
my
wild,
father-in-law just retired and bought an RV that could swaddle this entire shop. And
Right,
he
and you
like-
could just drive that thing down the road like it's nobody business.
Here
Like
you
it's
go,
a Prius.
65-year-old sir, have fun.
Yeah, I can't hook a dump trailer with a skidster behind my truck
Yep.
without having a CDL.
I've seen a meme before. It was like illegal. It's like a guy in a
And then they
truck
have an
like yours,
RV with an
an
excavator.
RV with an excavator on it. Yeah, this is legal. It's so dumb.
My next work truck, 50-foot RV.
There you go. You don't have to worry about getting hotels.
There you go.
I've thought about that for work before. I was like, we should just get a little RV. and
Well,
do this.
hopefully with this new business, I won't have to travel anymore.
Yeah.
Just kind of stick in that Hudson to Woodbury corridor, north and south, 50 miles.
I tried to change careers so I wouldn't have to travel so much. That didn't work out well either.
It's an investment,
Yeah.
sort of. I don't know.
All right, cool. So, what do you tow anything crazy then? Are you gonna put a fifth gooseneck hitch in yours?
Well, I already have all of that
Oh,
in mine.
okay.
It's already prepped and ready, but no, just like a 22-foot equipment trailer. I was gonna go like the dump trailer route, just because I thought it'd be more practical, like for hauling material and stuff.
Yeah.
But it creates like more of a hassle, like loading and unloading equipment, especially if I have like a forestry mulcher or like a mowing deck on the front of the skid steer. It wouldn't fit inside of like a 14-foot dump trailer, and I can't go up to a 16-foot because then I run into like the weird weight restrictions. But also with the Bobcat skid steers, it's not like Kubota where you can just open the door up over your head and climb out if you have the boom up.
Yep.
I have to have the boom all the way down to open the door. So an equipment trailer is really the only way that I can go right now. But I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll have a dump truck of my own just to haul material and stuff.
Okay. The
But-
guy we bought our dump trailer from talked us out of a 16-footer too, because he's like, if you have too big of one, you'll tend to overload it.
Yep.
And we do technically overload our 14-footer, but I don't like the fact that I can't, with the bucket on, I can get the skid loader in, but I can't have it all the way down like you're saying
Yep.
and close the door.
Yep.
So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, which as nice as it would be, it just kind of creates an inconvenience
Right.
and removes all of the convenience of actually having it for,
He's looking at me like I know what the fuck he's talking about. By the way, we should probably look at our Facebook Marketplace though. See what's our this
Oh, I
week's
know what
searches.
mine's full of.
My marketplace hasn't changed at all. However, I just had a ridiculous deal pop up.
Yeah, let's pull it up. I'll go first. So my first thing here, 2003 Mustang Cobra Coupe. Let's see what we got here.
We're pre-spending
916
Dan's money
wheel.
for him.
Let me. What's in your saves?
Dan, you should just forward me your routing number and I'll find you a car.
Ooh, here's a 21 GTR for 99,900 horse. Not bad. For a 21, that's not bad.
I have a 2000.
I got a Rolls Royce. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Rolls Royce 2010 for 90 grand. And then here's a duck Kawasaki Scorpion. And yeah, let's just do the top four. Actually, scratch that. Look at this Mercedes Unimog. Now that's sick.
Oh,
Dude, that's sweet.
That's cool.
that's
Yeah, anybody got? It's 1980. Anybody got $175,000 lying around? Ooh, Suzuki Cappuccino. You know what those are?
yeah.
Dude, this thing is. Look at this cute little thing.
My marketplace won't load, but I do have a racing sim in there. I get a few of those.
How's
See,
yours
the,
looking?
the first thing that pops up in my Facebook is Davian's 2,000 horsepower car. But for cool stuff to buy, I have a 2010 ZR1 right here. $60,000, which is dirt cheap regardless of miles for a ZR1. And it makes 1,000 wheel. Stock
Sound-
motor, but full fuel system. Coilovers, 15-inch conversion, kind of the whole nine, and nitrous. I texted him. This is the first person I've messaged on a car since I sold either one of my
That
cars.
didn't last long, did it? Yeah, we can't.
Huh?
I don't
Next
think we're
week.
able to.
Next week.
Next week we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, I could log into my Facebook, but
There's a lot of things that we have to workshop on this setup. It's a work in progress. Hey, at least for a live second episode. You know how many episodes it took us to get cameras on this fucking show?
Yeah.
I don't think we got cameras until
well,
episode
and
like
then
13.
even then it was like the first few when you had cameras, like, oh yeah, we got video, and then it cut out, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, I
well,
remember
screw
my
that.
episode, half of it was black.
Yeah, I think that was an editing issue on yours, actually. There's a lot of issues, to say the least. We'll get there. We'll figure it out.
It's only a matter of time.
Oh man, now you got me stuck in a Facebook hole here in the marketplace.
Yeah, what were
Man.
your first four?
It's a time. It's a.
In the it's all boring shit now because I've been shopping for a mom SUV. It's like
lame.
Lincoln Navigators, Ford
Wait,
Expeditions,
you already
Audi
bought a mom
Q7s.
SUV.
Yeah, time
Yeah,
out.
why
I
are
did
you
now,
still-
but that's what
Hold
my
on.
marketplace has.
Time out. So tell us a little bit about your first ever Copart purchase.
All right, so technically, I flirted with Copart when I bought the GT500 because it came from Copart, but I got it through somebody who already bought it. And then, but this time I
got a stopwatch?
literally bought a 2015 Lincoln Navigator. So, smashed headlight and grill.
I mean, it wasn't that difficult
Four.
to do it, right? Like, how do you
No.
even get signed up for Copart? Don't you have to be a
So you have to go in and you have to get a membership. So that
Okay.
costs you money there. And then
What's it cost?
I don't remember. I did it a while ago.
So
I was
wait,
gonna buy
wait,
an
wait,
F-150.
To become a member, or do you have to become a member, or do you have to be like a dealer?
So there are some things you can buy on there that don't require a license. So there's literally a column on there you can click. It says no license required.
So like, do you know what would make something fall into that
I don't know.
category?
Technically, the one I'm getting is an Iowa salvage title car that was in a wreck and sent in from insurance.
Yep.
I think it was American Family or something. I don't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was at a yard in Iowa. So I don't know. That doesn't really. It's weird. There's some stuff on there that's not been crashed at all. Anybody can put something on Copart, by the way. Like
Yeah.
if you have a car to sell, you can put it in there.
And it's there's also clean tail stuff there as well.
Yes. Yep.
And I'm assuming there's like, obviously there's trailers and boats and side by sides, four wheelers, like you name
Because
it.
they just bought. I don't know. It's been a while, but they bought Crash Toys.
Okay. Was Crash Toys based out of Minnesota?
They were when they very first started. They were
Was
in
that St. Paul?
Stillwater.
Oh, okay,
They were in
Stillwater.
Stillwater, a little lot right there, because I know the guy who did their website.
Okay. Yep.
So he's like, hey, you got to come check this place out. So he was over there doing a meeting. He's like, you can come over and hang out. And I walked around. There's smashed bikes and
Yep.
ATVs and boats and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Do they still have like a little sign up right next to St. Paul Harley there?
They might. They were there for a little while. There's also a Cranky Ape or something over that way too
Yeah.
that does like similar stuff.
Huh.
When you were on Copart, did you see any of the California wildfire cars?
No, not yet. But there's
I saw a couple of them. I was
they
searching for
hitting it?
Evos. Yeah.
Oh,
there was
really?
2 Evo 10s that I found that were burnt to a crisp. I was like, why is this even on here? What
Somebody
are you going
will-
to get out of that?
Dude, I watched at a Madison one today. I was trying to watch it. I watched like a 2015 Silverado rusty piece of shit go for $250.
Wow.
Yeah, ran and drive.
There was a legit streetcars. He bought a Silverado recently that had been sunk in a lake and then froze.
Oh,
It is a really interesting video series. There was water all up in the engine, and he drained everything. And I don't think he's gotten it running yet, but it's a really interesting series.
I don't even think the engine's the worst part. Like, go ahead
No.
and drain it all out.
The trans
Just
was fine.
All of the electrical.
Dude, there was a little bit of fluid in the bottom of the trans pan, but that was it. Otherwise, everything just sat at the bottom, and when it froze, it just sat at the bottom of the pan because the trans fluid was all up
yeah.
higher. It was really
Which
cool.
Copart would it go to? Would it go to Los Angeles? All the
I don't
fire
remember where
cars?
that one.
Van Nuys? Because I just want to Copart lot in Van Nuys.
Is it Van Nuys?
There's fires in that area.
I don't know. I just remember seeing it was an Evo 10, and it just said that it was located in California, and it was burnt to a crisp.
Pull it up, Jamie. No, it's got to be here. View inventory. It's got to be that one, right? No. Oh, this is like 2014 Aston Martin Vanquish. Current bid $70.
I've seen a lot of
$10
flood
too
cars
much
though
for me.
from all the hurricanes.
Yeah, a ton of
That's
them.
so
flood
intriguing
cars.
though, because they look beautiful still, right? Like this car's not smashed.
Yeah, fresh out the wash.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how bad some of the wiring harnesses are.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of them are probably pretty okay, but saltwater really will fuck with shit way
You
longer
gotta
than you'd
when you're
expect.
buying a flood car isn't horrible. The RV that I sold before I got this one was technically a flood one, but the guy did carpet and everything in it. And other thing I look for is if I'm buying it from somebody, if they've already been like operating it for a few years,
That's probably okay.
you're probably all right.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you can get long term down where the water get into what electrical connections. But if you watch, you can usually find where the water line was
Oh yeah.
if you really look hard in the
Here,
auction.
real
pictures.
quick, let's play Guess This Car.
Holy
I'll
shit!
give you a look too.
Where'd they find
Is
that
it
one?
a Cullinan?
No.
It's like a Toyota Highlander.
You're in the same zip code. Lexus GX460.
I was pretty close.
Dude,
Who stripped that out?
Dude, that's fire.
Oh,
Nature stripped it out.
Nature did that.
Dude, that is nuts. Yeah. What do you even do with that? What do you even buy it for?
The engine.
The scrap price.
What's inside of it?
Yeah.
Ooh, SVT Raptor.
What?
Yeah, 2012. Just absolutely fucking cooked.
Oof.
Stop looking at fire stuff. That's no bueno.
That's pretty
Okay, well,
rough.
you want to look at flood stuff? You want to look at some hail damage? Dude, that hail damage cars, that kind of seems like you could use it. Like if you wanted just a race car,
Yeah.
you're going to change out all the panels anyway, right?
Yeah.
Or just leave it dimpled.
Or
Yeah.
dimpled. They're aerodynamics.
Paint it white so it looks like a golf ball and you're good to go.
Especially if it's a white Golf already. Yeah.
This is what burnt car this is.
Oh,
This isn't burnt, it's San Bernardino, so I think this counts.
ooh, that's some sort of truck.
Well, guess what car it is.
Is it a TRX?
Ooh, kind of. Close.
1500?
2500.
2500? Close enough.
Well, what's wild about car fires or fire damage cars in LA is it's almost impossible to tell the difference between a wildfire car and just one that would pop up on Alex Troy's Snapchat story.
Oh, did you guys see Tavarish's post?
No.
I would say pull up Instagram, but it'll take a half hour. So Tavarish, who bought that Hurricane P1,
Yeah.
he said if my page gets to 400,000 followers and 100,000 likes, he will get this burnt 918, slowly working his way through the Holy Trinity. Here, I got the post right here. So look at this thing. This thing is cooked.
Ooh, ouch.
So if you go to Tavarish's page on like Instagram or whatever,
Yeah.
and that thing will take even
Oh,
more
hang on now. Look at
trouble.
that. We can get myself a dozer from Copart. See-
So help me
Yeah.
God, if you start talking about fucking skid steers and trailers again. He's at 201K likes already, dude. I think he's gonna do it.
that'd be wild. I think he wants to do it anyways.
Of course he does. He's gonna make a fortune.
Vehicles
Yeah.
available.
How many parts did Tavarish's episode have? It's like 15 parts, I think, on YouTube now.
That's it?
So far,
I thought it was way more than that. I thought it was like
it might be, but like when you when you do the math, like yeah, like one YouTube video in the grand scheme of things doesn't do a ton, but like if you are doing like a full blown series, yeah, no, that's he's got to be getting, and all you have to realize a lot of stuff is sponsored too, so that helps. But I don't think he's break even on that yet.
yeah.
There's no shot.
So that P1 also was like a certificate of destruction title card.
Yeah,
right?
16. What's it called? Videos.
So what's his end goal then with that car? Is it
Make a
just gonna be
series, sell it.
but
That's what
what's-
all these car YouTubers do.
Continuous
What's it-
content.
What's it worth though as a certificate of destruction card? Because technically I don't think you can get
No,
titled
you
again.
can't. You can ask me how I know that one too. I had one that was sent for scrap, and a buddy of mine washed the title through somebody he knows that had a towing service.
Yep.
So he basically, after it sits so long, they can get a title. So they did that. So it had a good Minnesota title, but I couldn't title it in Wisconsin. I just sold it to a guy in Minnesota. I was like, listen, don't ever try and title this in Wisconsin, because if you call them, trust me, I've tried. The VIN is flagged as salvage or like trashed.
Yep.
And they will not let me. I was like, the car is right here in front of me. It's beautiful. It drives. I was out doing burnouts in it. It's great. And they're like, nope, not going to happen. So
I wonder what does an insurance company have to see to make that happen? Like, what is the requirement to meet?
yeah, like what do they deem it not safe to go on the road at all anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know. This one was a theft recovery is what it was.
Oh, I mean,
So
that makes
weird.
no sense.
Yeah, I
then.
know.
Well, also like Minnesota versus Wisconsin. How do they? I didn't think they were that different of states to where they would have
Oh,
laws
they
like
couldn't be
that.
more different. You know
I
what?
mean,
You know
okay,
how you know how I
sure,
realized
sure,
this?
sure.
So
But-
yesterday we went to a restaurant. I asked for a straw, and they come to you. They bring it to you with a napkin. Super Minnesota. You do over here in Wisconsin, they just shove it in your fucking drink. No napkin.
Like here, I got
gonna-
4 in my pocket.
That's because it's going to go in your alcoholic beverage anyway, so it already is sterilized the second you put it in your drink. Well, if you order a Diet Coke in Wisconsin, they send you back to Minnesota. Or you'll get it with freaking Tito's in it.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Should we put a pin in this here soon?
Wow, what
We're
time is
closing
it?
in on 2 hours, I think.
Are we?
14, so it's been like hour, like 40.
Yeah, we're closing in on it. Not bad. I think we got some workshopping to do on this.
Yeah, because this session was like 55 minutes, other one's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were gonna do another one so soon, so I was gonna get more prepped. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna. This sucks.
No, we'll figure it out. Yeah, well, that's weird. Last time it worked so well. What happened this time?
Wait, did it
I
work
got
so
more
well last
internet
time or
now,
no?
but I think certain things aren't loading because it's this shitty operating system.
Yeah, it worked weller last time.
We'll get a real computer hooked up to it.
Yeah,
laser
I could bring an
pointer.
extra one or whatever. Nah, next time we'll do call-ins as well. I'll bring up my toll-free number again. Well, any other closing remarks before we shoot the dog?
We don't have any questions, do we?
Or old Yeller this episode?
Oh my gosh.
No? All right. Well, on that note, guys, thank you for tuning in. Next time, feel free to tune in or don't. It's not necessary.
Yeah, let us know if you think this sucks.
No tune necessary.
And we'll do it again longer.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.